Greetings, friends and future friends. Today I want to show you a video on the Korg Pa5x. Now, due to some questions and some comments, I'm going to show you three things today that'll hopefully answer some of those questions and some of those comments. So let's get to it. First thing I want to do before we even get into recording an MP3 is you have to understand what is going to be recorded. Everything in here can be recorded, but it's going to be on the left and right channel. So the first thing we've got to make sure of, especially in my studio, is we're going to go to settings, come down to player 1, and we're going to see that the bass is going out 3 and 4, the drums are going out 1 and 2, and the percussion is going out 1 and 2. So first of all, I got to change that to left and right, change that to left and right, change that to left and right. Now, you also have to remember, you have to change those same parameters for player 2, and you can see player 2. So we go left and right, left and right, left and right. So that's the first thing you got to get set up and understand, that when we say we're going to record an MP3, you're going to have to make sure the MP3 in this Pa5x will only record what's coming out the left and right channel of the keyboard. That's the same thing that comes out the headphones. Now, you can see we got 2 players, and I made sure that they're kind of a bluesy thing going on here, and we got 2 players going on. One thing you have to also remember is everything will be recorded going out channels left and right. So if we hit shift and we go hit player 1 and 2, hit shift again, everything is now going out left and right. So if we go over here and hit record, and we go down here, audio record, we're doing audio. And now when we hit record, it's going to start recording. So let's get ready. We'll hit record. We'll go boing, boing. Okay, we hit record again, and we're going to stop it. We're going to save it as take 1. Yeah, we'll save it as take 1. Boing, boing, boing. Sounds good. Okay, let's exit out of the record. Now let's go back up here, go to song, and there's take 1. All right, take 1. Now let's go back, exit out of this. Let's play take 1. Now, did you hear it? We just recorded that MP3, and it actually played and recorded us going back and forth between the 2 players. So anything that goes out of the left and right is going to be recorded on that MP3. And also, let's go back to that style again. Go back to styles. And Bluesy Grow, I think that's what it was. Exit. So anything you record, now even the matrix, now I'm showing you a close-up of the screen, but you know, if you got a Korg Pa5x, where the matrix is on the right, and you also know where there's pads. So if we hit this thing again, and let's go back and we'll record, record, hit record, exit, hit play. If we change the variation, or if we hit something on the matrix. Or if we hit something on the pads. Or a fill. Stop the record. We'll save it as, let's go back here and save it as take 2. Okay. Save. Yes, we already have take 2. Now let's exit out of this. Now let's go back in here, go back to song, and play take 2. Exit. And now let's play take 2. Let's speed this up a little bit. And now you can see that it played the ending, and that's the MP3. So, the thing to take away from this, when you go record, hit audio record, when you hit this record button down here, it's going to record everything that's coming out of channels left and right. Whether you're hitting the matrix, whether you're hitting the pads on the deck, whether you're hitting fills, breaks, anything you do, intros, the endings, anything you do will be recorded onto that MP3. So that's one thing. But then again, also remember that, like for me, I'm going to go back and change these. But remember, all these things need to be set to the left and right. Because like me, after I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back and get it back, because in my studio, I like to have the drums go out, or the bass go out 3 and 4, the drums and percussion go out 1 and 2, because I process them different. So that's one thing you need to understand about that. Okay, the second thing I want to show you is something, if you're like me and you're producing music quickly, or say I'm doing a video and I just want a soundtrack in there real quick. I want to go to my Pa5x, bring up a style, lay it in there, and be done with it. Now, what's really cool is you can go to here and you go style, and you have all these styles. And if you're doing, like I said in a previous video, you want to build your own styles. go and take a day. If you have a day off where you're not going to be working and, with somebody or something, and you have a little bit of free time, go in there and play with these styles and build yourself a library. That way you know that I can go to this style right here and click on it and know it's ready to go. I load it in there and I can just about practically take it right out of the Korg Pa5x right into my DAW system, and I'm on for the races. Now, one thing that the Korg does is it remembers these styles in an alphabetical way. So if you look, you'll see I got AG, acoustic guitar. I actually had two other ones in there, but I got rid of them. I didn't need them anymore, and I'm probably going to go back and do that. So if I go to AG, go exit, and I play that, it's an acoustic guitar. So what did I do? What you're going to do is you're going to click on that. We'll go down here. We'll go up to this one, and we'll go rename. Now, if we push the T, it's going to bring us up to this menu. Now, if you look at the beginning right here, see where I have the AG, I put that AG in front of that unplugged guitar style preset because I wanted it to stay there. So let's exit out of this. Now, right here, okay, BD. BD is my ballads. So now I go through all my stuff. BDs are all my ballads. These are all my ballads. BL is the blues. So if I go to 2, there's probably a couple blues over here, and see all the blues styles that I worked on are all in one category now. Now I can access C is for country. I have D is for dance. I have some electro dance music and different things when I'm working with Kind Scheiss. And D is now dance. And then I have H is holiday. I have one really killer track in there for Christmas. F is funk. I'm still working on building that library up. J is for jazz. I have a lot of jazz. And then L is for Latin. I have got to work on some more Latin things, but the Sweet Bossa 01, I got a really cool, man, when I want to do something with that Spanish guitar kind of sound, that's it. P is for pop. I don't do too much pop, but I'm going to maybe do some more styles on that. R is for rock. Then R is for rock and roll, kind of 50s rock and roll. And then S is for show. So if I want to do a show tune, I bring up horror show, exit out of that, play it. So what is that doing? Let's go back to this again. What's that doing? And I think I have a waltz and some other stuff, yeah. So back to the beginning again. These styles will all be arranged in an alphabetical order. And that's really cool because if you name and you have all these listed, like I said, my ballads, BD, I have organ ballad, I got orchestra ballad. All these ballads are in the same thing. My blues, I go to my blues, I want to play something, hey, I need a track real quick for my blues. I already have a whole list of styles that are right here, ready to go, that are bluesy. And I know that one of those is going to fit. It's going to work real easy. So that's one thing that I would really suggest you guys do when you're working with the Korg Pa5x. Go in there to these styles, create your own styles. Matter of fact, I'll go over to the factory setting over here, bring up a factory setting, modify it, make it into my own style. And if you notice, I have all my styles have a 01 behind them. And I think I explained that in one of my previous videos. You know, what you want to do is sometimes you're going to have a style that works for you, but you need to change it. So instead of changing it, and you might like that style again, create another version. Matter of fact, you'll see Chain of Fools 01 and Chain of Fools 02, which they're basically the same style, but maybe 02's EQ'd differently. Remember, we live in this world of digital, you know, and these presets can be saved. It's so easy to just say, make some saves and save it as another version. So now I got Chain the Fools 01 and Chain the Fools 02, two different versions, and other things like that. So think about that when you're creating your styles. Make them, put them into a category that you can easily access them,
and play them and modify them the way you want, and know that, hey, I need something. Hey, somebody said, hey, can you lay down a country track? I go to my C's. There's a whole couple, 1, 2, 3, right in this page here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 country styles right there that I can choose from. I don't have to go back going through menus and going back to this and going back to that. And again, we know that I've modified these styles to fit my studio. Because remember, that factory style might be great, but is it going to really work for you in your studio and give the needs you have as a style? I mean, will it fit the type of music you're working with? So one cool thing, work on the styles. Okay, there's another thing I want to show you on a Korg Pa5x, and I don't think we really brought this up in any of the previous videos, is the upper octave button right here. There's 2 buttons. Now, it's not to be confused with the transpose button. That transpose button will transpose the whole keyboard. What the octave button does is I'm playing this A, and I push it up. It'll actually go up to 4, up at 3 octaves. And again, the number will show up here. You know, you have a number right here that shows you what you're transposed, which is 0, but this number is +3. So that's the number telling you that, hey, we're up 3 octaves. But the thing that's cool about that is that it doesn't change the lower keys. So when you're playing a style and you hit this A, and I go to, and I bring it up an octave, I go up another octave. Can't even hear it. You can't even hear it when I go that high. So the big thing to take away from all this is that the upper octave buttons up and down only control raising and lowering the octave of these keys from here to wherever your split is. And that you can play all the styles and all the keys you want down here and not be affected by how far you raise the octave with these buttons.
So there you go, another video on the Korg Pa5x. I hope this video answered some of your questions. So take care, my friends, and thanks for watching.